She's girl coded. She's doing a thing, turning big dreams into everyday wins, laughing through the little stuff, blowing her friends. Girl coded, this is where the good life begins.
I've been having this issue with one of my really good friends, Justin. I'm meeting up with my girl, Tati. I thought it was the perfect person to vent to and ask for advice on how to move in this situation that I'm having with Justin.
I'm having a little issue.
Uh-oh.
That I need some help on.
Okay, what's happening?
With one of our friends.
Who?
Justin.
Okay.
So,
Why that? That's surprising.
It's crazy because I feel like me and Justin, I've known him for over 10 years, so we've had a lot of fights.
Yeah.
But this one is really getting under my skin right now.
Really?
When I got engaged, you see how I sent you the picture?
When I got engaged, the first people that I text were obviously my family and then Justin and Tati. And I have no clue why Justin responded the way that he responded.
I also sent him the picture. This guy goes, "What did you say?" Tati. Like, what are you talking about? What did I say? He said, "What did you say?" And I'm like, LMAO, what the fuck do you mean? What did I say? I said, yes. He goes, "Oh, you never know." The thing about this is that for me, I'm thinking about it because it's like, okay, this is my gay male best friend. If this was a female best friend, a female straight best friend, that shit would have been checked right then and there.
Right.
And so just because he's a gay boy doesn't mean that he just gets the
bypass.
The bypass, like, oh, whatever. Like, no, that shit needs to be checked.
Yeah.
And am I wrong? Like, how would you feel if somebody said that to you?
I'm looking for a big reaction, right? Like, I'm looking for like a what?
Right.
So when that doesn't happen, it's fair for you to feel like, hello, why was that your reaction? That's more than fair.
Like, what do you mean, what did I say? I just feel like for him to ask me that, like, are you trying to be fucking funny or something? He's always with me and Tony. Like, we're always together. What do you mean, what did I say?
Y'all are close. That is your bestie boo. You feel like you've had an issue like this in the past, or this is new where you could like address it?
I feel like I'm always having issues with Justin. Like, it's always something. Like, it's like we're always fighting. We're always something. I'm at a point where, like, it's annoying as fuck. Wait, I didn't even get into the rest of it. He texts Anthony and goes, "Congrats, I'm so happy for you. Love you guys so much." Never texts me that until the next week. Next week, he goes, "Oh, just so you know, I just want to say, like, congrats. I don't know if I told you or not, but congrats and this and that." And I'm just like this is, like, is this a joke? Like, I know I'm not crazy.
Y'all fighting at the time?
No.
Me and Justin have been arguing since the day we met. We're always seeing two different sides of things, and I'm literally sick of it. Like,
Oh, so we've reached that threshold.
Yes.
It's over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'm annoyed. And I just keep going over the fact that if this was a girl, I would have fucking snapped.
Yeah.
I would have been like, that bitch want my man. Like, what the hell is going on? Am I crazy? In this situation, what would you do?
I think you could have assumed what you said because you had the ring on your finger. So you had to have said yes.
Hello.
2, I think a normal reaction is like, "Oh my God, congratulations!"
Right.
But maybe I'm trying to think about why he did what he did. I'm trying to defend him and defend his honor. But how do you think he's gonna take it though?
That's what I'm about to ask you. Like, I'm tired of being nice. I'm tired of being cordial. I'm tired of addressing things from the side. I need to address things from head on. And so while I'm trying to figure out how to go about things, because sometimes I can be a little passive aggressive, especially if my feelings are really hurt. I just kind of stay away. And so I'm wondering, like, do you think I should address it raw, or should I be like, you really hurt my feelings? I'm trying to figure, I'm ready to fight at this point.
I think that's gonna make you more mad. I think
Okay.
having to keep yourself passive is going to piss you off. And it's just your friend. Like, you need to tell him, like, what the fuck was that about?
Okay.
Why the fuck did you text him before you texted me? Like, why? You
Yeah.
could tell him because it hurt my feelings, but that's not true. You're not about to come and talk to him like,
Yeah.
you ain't never been like that. Don't start now.
I know, but I think that's part of the problem with me. I think that when my feelings really do get hurt and I do care about somebody's feelings, I try not to be so harsh, and I think that's the problem.
I feel like I have a lot of childhood trauma that I have dealt with somewhat, but I'm always having instances where I'm almost being triggered. And this is one of those situations. When my feelings get hurt by my friends, I disconnect. I will disconnect myself. I will leave, and I kind of just go incognito or go missing. And this is one of those moments where I kind of just want to I just don't want to talk to him right now.
Okay. Why do you think that when people really, really hurt your feelings, that you turn a little bit more passive? Why? Like, what are you scared of? Or what are you protecting?
I'm not a confrontational person. Can I get confrontational? Yes. But I'm not a confrontational person, and I'd rather not fight.
Okay.
And when it gets to the point where I really have to address something, I think I get a little shy and a little I go in my shell rather than coming out of my shell because I'm scared for me to get hurt, or I'm also scared for them to feel like I'm swinging on them and maybe they swing on me back. I'm trying to figure that part out.
I think I learned that behavior from everything that I did go through in childhood. Like, I had to learn to be alone. Like, I didn't have anyone in my age group that was experiencing the same things that I was experiencing to really confide in. I had to go through a lot of things alone. And I have really bad trust issues. And when my trust issues are fucked with, I distance myself. I just didn't trust anybody. People do think that they can get over on me, play with me, and I know that a lot of people do see me as a little more, ditzy and playful. That is the problem. Because I feel like I give so many people grace of not swinging, because when I swing, I'm gonna swing. But I barely ever do. And at this point, it's hurting me.
Do you think that you worry if maybe you come out too strong, that your message won't be heard and then it'll be flipped on you? Like, is that something that has happened to you maybe in childhood or coming up or early relationships of it ends up being flipped on you and now everything you needed is not being fulfilled?
That has happened.
So maybe that's the worry.
Yeah.
Maybe you think if you come in a little bit more like a sheep, they'll hear you.
I think that's definitely the issue. And it becomes people pleasing. I start people pleasing. I start doing things because I don't want to hurt their feelings, and I'm so fucking sick of that shit.
It's really gonna make you resentful though. Into them because your feelings need to be tended to, but now you having to manage their emotions as well to make sure they don't get upset with what you're saying, and now your emotions aren't getting tended to because you're managing everybody's emotions in the room.
And that's my problem. I manage everyone's emotions.
Why? Because if you don't, then play the worst case scenario out. If I don't manage their emotions, then
okay, let me think about that.
what are we scared of? If I don't.
Oh, I know why. They'll think I'm a bad person.
Okay. Do you think you're a bad person?
I don't.
Okay.
I strive. I mean, I don't have to strive to be a good person, but I make sure, and this is part of the people pleasing, I make sure that I do things that I think make me feel like a good person. When I'm already a good person. I don't have to do extra.
What happens if we just let it go? What happens if we just rest in, I know I'm a good person. I don't need to prove that to you. I don't need to manage your emotions. I can express myself. What if we let it go and say, I can express myself, even if it comes off a little harsh? That doesn't mean I'm not a good person. Why do we have to manage how other people view you? As long as you know that you're a good person, as long as you know your intention, why are you worried about if they don't get it? If they don't understand me, then what?
Oh, I know where that comes from.
What?
So, in my childhood, I had a really rough time. So I think I used to want to be accepted. And then, so now I think I use that trauma as like, okay, let me do this because I'm a good it will make me be a good person, and then they'll accept me. And it's crazy to think about because, like, on the inside, I feel like there's one half of me where I'm like, fuck these people, I don't give a fuck. And then the other half, I'm like, you know.
I think you're on like two extremes. You probably have the same thing that a lot of us have, of like three versions. There's this like wounded inner little girl you, and then there's this protector version of you that you built that's like, fuck everybody, I don't care, to protect her. And then you are somewhere in the middle. Rather than just showing up as yourself, you're always listening to like one of the two of them.
And it's I definitely choose.
Yeah, and you probably have been trying to lean on the more passive side of you because that's what probably felt the most protecting as a kid. Because what would happen if when they were like bullying you in school, what happened when you would lash out? Was it bad?
I never did.
You never did? So you don't even know.
I don't know.
It's almost like my life mission is to fight through people trying to tear me down. And that's why I'm so strict in my romantic relationships and also very picky about my friendships, because I have to be very careful about who I let in my life. I cannot just let anybody in here.
What happens if she speaks? Does nobody listen? If I hit the right nerve, she'll probably cry.
Wow.
And that's because she's not heard. You're silencing her. We have to let her speak. And maybe she doesn't feel safe to speak with you. Maybe you don't make her feel safe.
Wow.
You know? Maybe it's not everybody else. Like maybe you internally are like, it's not safe to feel all these things. Everybody told me I feel too much. Everybody told me I'm too this, I'm too that. It's not safe to feel, so we're gonna push it.
Suppress it.
Maybe I'm supporting their crash out, but like somewhere in the middle. You're existing somewhere in the gray area of passive and aggressive. You're somewhere in the gray area. We need to blend it together and say, I am hurt, but I'm also gonna be firm. We don't have to be one or the other. We could be both. Stand up for little you. Let little you say what she needs to say, because she probably feels silenced.
Ooh. That makes a lot of sense. That just
opened up a door.
Yeah, that just did something to my brain.
Tati made me see a version of myself that I've never looked at. And that is what real friends do.
I love you so much.
I love you. You have to keep me updated.
I appreciate that.
With what I got left.
I love that. Next on Girl Coded the Show.
I haven't seen you, so I didn't do anything. Like, wait. That's what you're upset about?
Absolutely.
Because I remember being so happy for you. If I say, oh my God, what you said.
What do you mean? What did I